Hello YouTube, this is Intro Aether. Just going to do a video where we basically explain how signals work. So I've set up two stations, one in Indianapolis, one in Louisville, joined them with a single piece of track, and we're just going to add a train. This is going to run on this piece of track, no problem. But where you might have experienced problems is if you're trying to get two trains to run on the same piece of track. Well, technically you can't do it because you can only have one train per piece of track or per section of track. And because we don't have any signals or anything like that on this track, it is counted as just one section. So if we try to put a second train on it, we can clone our first train here and see what happens. You'll notice that we get an error. So once both of the trains are fully loaded and they're ready to go, we will see the error. So there we go, this one is waiting for the one at the left and the train on the left is waiting for the one on the right. So the way around this is to use a double piece of track like this, and then place some signals to instruct our trains. Oh, let me just buy that piece of track. Place some signals to instruct our trains that they can only go on one of those sections of track. So we can place a signal like this, and then if we hold the shift button we can place a no entry sign. So now when this train calculates its journey from this station to the other station, it can't use this piece of track because it's being blocked, and it has to use this top piece of track. Now that in itself isn't quite enough, because the trains will always take the shortest journey, and it might be that this train on the right here, even though this lower track here is marked as one way, might decide to take this top piece of track, and we can stop that by putting a no entry sign there. So now if we run the game, we'll find that our trains, the error message disappears and our trains will run. There you go, you can see them running, and they're choosing the correct track. So if we want to add some more trains to this, you'd think we could probably do that now. We've got, you know, our trains are no longer headbutting each other, they're passing each other. So let's add some more. So let's just clone this again, and then again, because you think we could get 4 on here, surely. But bear in mind that you can only have one train per section of track. So there's our error again, because we've only got 2 sections of track. Now we can add a signal, and that will split this piece of track in 2, and now we have 4 sections of track. So we can now run the game, and again everything works fine. And so if we want to add some more trains, let's clone this again twice. So now we're trying to run 6 trains on this line. We'd expect to see some problems. And there we go. And again we can cure this by placing some more signals, and that divides the track up. And allows us to run more trains on this piece of track. So now we have 6 trains running on this journey. And that pretty much is how signals work. The train will, when it's going from A to B, it will look down the line and it will see, is the next section of track free? Can I move into it? And if it is, then it will move on. If not, it will wait, like this one is waiting at this signal. Now what you do need to be careful of is placing a signal so close to a switch that if the train stops there, it then encroaches over this other line, and you can get problems like that. So just look out for that. Anyway, I hope that's helped. All the best.